Okay, I'm not sure whether you are familiar with Erpag or not. Like, did you open trial demo or whatever, take a look at the demo or our blogs, or this will be your first insight?
We haven't actually tried the demo, but I looked through the website, and yeah, and I think it's for manufacturing, right? And so that's
Yes,
we're
correct.
interested. Yeah.
Okay, then I will go through. And how is the business plan? Do they like manufacture something to order, or do they manufacture and have it always in stock? Like, do they produce to stock or produce to order?
It's they 90% is make to stock, and then 10% they make to order.
Okay, so we will keep through. I will go through both scenarios. Okay, fine. So we will start from the inventory, move through the manufacturing, purchasing, sales. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
sure.
in the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Feel free to interrupt me. No worries. Okay, so
Yeah.
inventory products and services. This is the conjoined list for every warehouse that you have in the system. You can have as many warehouses as you want to have
Mm-hmm.
in Erpag, and this is conjoined list of all the products that you have. So whether you buy them from the supplier or you produce them, that's the little factory here icon. It will be in this list. This list can be really helpful when it comes to looking at the quantity on stock, what's committed, what's waiting on the purchase order or the work order,
Mm-hmm.
category, because you need categories in order to distinguish what is the component, what is the finished product that you buy. We also do have shelves. Shelves are good for the picking list. When you print out a work order for the employee, he can know from which shelf to pick his components from. The fulfillment is also important part because this is where you get your items from. If they have supplier listed, they are bought. If it's bill of materials, they are actually produced. If they have your clients, if they have an XLS file or for import, it's good because they can go to administration, import products, and then can copy paste the columns from the XLS file to matching column here and import it all at once. Otherwise, it has to go from one product to another. In case they have a web shop, we can pull the products from the web shop, but for the web shops, we integrate with WooCommerce, Shopify, Magento, and Square. Just,
Mm.
yeah. Do they have any web shops, or maybe do plan on having one?
Not yet. They mainly do B2B.
They really do B2B. Okay, cool, because we also have a B2B portal, so it's fine. We got you covered there. Okay, so this is the product list. I will insert a few products, and you will tell me like whether they have multi-level or single-level production.
It's quite multi-level.
It's multi-level. Okay, that is fine. Okay, so we will have here the first product, and we will call it test product A. We will put it under category that this is a raw material, and we will put it on a shelf that says that this should be picked from the raw material. Each product in Erpag can be tracked by a serial number, lot number, or both. Selling price when it comes to raw materials is not that important because you are using it in the manufacturing, you are not reselling it. This is the fulfillment part. We either support one supplier, that means that you can get this part from one supplier, or you can switch it to be multiple suppliers. In this case, you just need to enter as many suppliers that you are getting this item from, their purchase price, landing cost if needed, also the SKU of the supplier, and shipping days. Shipping days are good in case you want to calculate the when is your work order expected to start. Okay, we'll save this, and we'll also enter a different product that will be test product B. Okay, and we will also list it under raw material. We will put it on the raw shelf, and we will buy it from a random supplier. Okay, that is done. They can also set up the minimum stock quantity for each warehouse that you have. In that case, I put here that I want to have always 10 pieces of product B in my
Mm.
warehouse, whenever
Mm.
I'm under the minimum, like now, my on-hand quantity is 0 here, this will be on the purchasing and fulfillment. Purchasing fulfillment is actually your to-buy list. That means that everything needs to be ordered for a sales order or for a work order, or it is below the minimum, it will be on this list. This is
Mm.
our test product B. They just need to check the box in front of it. Bulk action, purchase orders.
Mm.
The Erpag will bulk action it, and it will land in the purchase order page. From this page, if they connect their email, they are able to actually email this document directly from the system. Once they receive
Mm.
this, their stock, they just need to click on the receive button, and that's it. Post the document, and this is in their stock. From here, they can
Mm.
also generate the supplier invoice, put in the reference number, and record the payment. When it comes to payments, we don't actually connect with any bank. We don't sync with them. It's just for recordings, and that is it.
Mm.
Okay, so that is the basic setup of the products that are raw materials. Now,
Right.
if we put a new product, and this time it is based on bill of materials, it will be a semi-product
Right.
A plus B. It will be in pieces. The unit of measure here is just retypable. And
Uh-huh.
here, under bill of materials section, we need to choose the components.
Mm.
Components are products that we buy from our suppliers. So that is our test product A, and the
Mm.
different component that is test product B. Insert the quantity of how many pieces this item is using to be produced, and
Mm.
based on the purchase price entered, your estimated cost is automatically recalculated. Under
Mm.
manufacturing and work operations, they can put in the work operations needed. The cost is always entered per hour, so when you
Mm.
switch it to minutes, it's automatically recalculated. So I will take this one, which is mixing, because that means that in that case, it's $60 per hour, which means 1 minute equals $1. So if I put mixing here, and I put that it will be for a 25 minutes, sorry, 25, the estimated amount is automatically calculated to be 25. So this is our first sub-assembly. We have an estimated cost, and we will see. You can also, for
Mm.
the ones which are you producing, you can also use it in, you can also set up the minimum stop quantity for them as well. Okay, so we have some other products here. I have finished good A and B, which I will be also using as a semi-product. It's also based on bill of materials, raw material A and raw material B, and that's it. We have the same work operation here. Now they can expand their multi-level as long as they want. For example, if we put here our T high bike that we have, here we can see
Mm.
all the deeper levels this product has. See, you can expand it as much as you want. And it gives you this big manufacturing project view. Let me just check if I have something that is branched out. Uh, Not, but okay, ours will be because we have a multi-level product. Okay, so there it is. This is the multi-level product. See, you need to branch
Wow.
each work order in order to get to the top one. So they can branch it out as much as they want. And here you have here the zoom button, which will help you to zoom this in and out. Okay, so we have our two levels here, and we will build our finished product that is also going to be based on bill of materials. So this will be finished test product, and we will take our subcomponents. So the components are raw materials that are bought. The subcomponents are ones that you use to produce beforehand. So we will take our semi-product test A plus B, and
Mm.
take a different subcomponent that is finished good, maybe subassembly as well. Okay, one of each. Actually, let's pump this up to 3, and we will take our work operation of assembling everything together. So let's say this is 45 minutes. Based on this, we have our estimated cost, and we will form our selling price. In case they deal with multiple prices per customer, they are able to put a price tier. In that case, the selling price will automatically be recalculated based on the customer as well. And that is also affected in the customer portal. I'm on file now because I work from home, so I cannot access the user list, but you are able to put in customer portals in the system. They would log into Erpag and they would actually make sales order from the website. I will send you the instruction for that via email so you can check it out. Now, said that they produce mainly to stock. In that case, they need to go to manufacturing and manufacturing project. They would go to a manufacturing project in order to get that branched out view of a work orders, because orders are the simple work orders that are mainly for just like, see, it's one spread of sheet with all the inputs, work operations, and outputs in. So it's rather, when it's a multi-level product, it's better to go for the manufacturing project. Okay, so manufacturing project, create new, and based on bill of materials. Standard work order means that they can make alterations to the product predefined. So if they want to swap raw material A for raw material D, they are to do it in the standard work order. However, when you put all that effort into actually building a product that is based on bill of materials, you just need to choose that one, select what are you actually producing, and put him the quantity of 50 pieces, and it will automatically recalculate everything. So all the input items and your planned time. And of course your estimated cost. Okay, save it. It is now just planned. So once it's planned, you don't know how many of each product you do have in stock. So in order to find that out, you need to actually launch. Before launching it, you can expand all the lower levels. So I will click on expand all, and I will tell him to expand me all down to the components. Okay, and it just generated me 2 more work orders for the semi-product A plus B and sub-assembly A plus N. Once you launch it here, yes, okay, it will run through your SKUs and tell you whether you have the quantity for this or not. In our case, we just did a purchase order for test product B, which out we have 10 pieces. However, we need to have 250. Again, everything that's needed for a work order is in the purchasing and fulfillment. So this is the to-buy list of everything that you need to buy. So we will check the boxes in front of everything that we need. Bulk action, before bulk action, whenever you have the supplier highlighted, that means that this is a product that is bought from multiple suppliers. So if you click on the find button, you can actually tell, oh, I will order it from the second one, shipping days 10, but you know, it's more quality good. So bulk action, purchase orders, the Erpag will spin and generate you the purchase orders. Again, they will land on the purchasing and purchase order. So you just need to go in and receive them. Here you have the committed quantity, where you can see for which work order this is reserved for. Once you receive it to your stock, okay, it will be here under manufacturing project. This is the last one that we created. See how the color actually pulled up because we received more to our stock. We currently, this trial doesn't have this, but I see that in the file we sent, they mentioned priorities. We currently are testing the priority field within the sales orders and work orders, where you can shift them between normal priority, urgent, and stuff like that, because Erpag does the automatic reservation based on the oldest entered document. So most of the time people get confused. How come I don't have these items in my stock? I know that I have it in stock, and you actually have it, but Erpag reserved it for the sales order that was generated before that one in Erpag. However, when it's reserved, it doesn't mean that you cannot pack it. You can actually force pack it, but people are just not used to that function. So that's why we are doing the priority field in order for people to be able to force reserve the items. So that will be really helpful here for your client. So we received everything to our stock, which means that our manufacturing project should have available quantity for both items. Okay, so we will open our work order here, and from this window you can actually assign this to your employee. We have a mobile application through which employees can time track their work operations through the stopwatch. Okay, so we will
So
save
what,
it. And
like a tablet or something? Is it how do they track it?
is it, can you repeat that, please?
How do they track the time that they spend on a work operation? Like
Through
via
the mobile application. You need to add
okay.
user that is actually the mobile device, and they would be able to go to mobile application and inventory, and this is just simulator. And you see here timesheets. I don't have, my admin must select an employee, and I'm under trial, so I cannot do that. But basically you have a stopwatch through which you time track the work operation. It is also possible to do it on the desktop version. This is work order 75. So under manufacturing and timesheets, you have your employees, and there it is, work order 75, and you can start. Oh, see, this one, I started it yesterday and it's still counting. So once you put it and once you stop it, for example, work order 48, let's check out how expensive that was. It was 48 hours. Okay, which one was it? Work order 48.
Yeah.
Uh, so let's check work order. Oh, this is going to be expensive. But see, realized time lasted for 1 day, 21 hour, and 45 minutes. Oh, and the actual cost. Oh, this person should be fired. Oh, it's me, so I can fire this time. So you can also track it too, unless you stop it, you forget to stop it. Well, then your realized time is automatically pulled into the work order. It also, of course, works for the mobile application as well, and it is supported both on iOS and Android. For the Android, it's on the Google Play as an applications, and when it comes to iOS, we have a special link through which you have to actually download it, but it works for both systems, so that is good. Okay, so we will stop this in order not to go over the top like the one before. And this is good because if you don't want to add all your employees to have mobile application access, you can have like a production manager who will actually go into the timesheets and just start the times. Okay, when our work order, if I go back to it, my realized time should be entered. Okay, so you have input items already. So once you click on the load material, you will have here offered what do you need to load. When it comes to this, you don't have to load everything today. Maybe today you would just load 50 pieces of this and 200 pieces of test product B and save it. In this case, the material loading will be 71%, which means that you did not load everything. Of course, tomorrow is a new day. You come tomorrow, you click on the load material to continue with the work, and the remaining quantity will be actually offered. If the items have labels on them, there is also the possibility to switch to eNUPC view and actually scan the barcodes of the products that are delivered to your stock. So, okay, so once you post the document, now it's switched to 0. Okay, so we need to produce the 50 pieces of product, semi-product. Once you do, it will be placed to your stock. Everything that you create here when it comes to the documents creates material loading for the product spent from the stock, while the finished good actually places items to your stock. So you can view all that information here. Okay, sorry, I forgot to complete. Okay, there it is. Your realized time of a manufacturing can also be manually input. So you can say this was 1 day, 1 hour, but I can keep it as 1 day, and it was assigned to Mr. Nolan. You can also do it manually in the browser or through the mobile application. Once again, we will load everything that we have in our stock for this work order, and we will deliver it through the finished goods and complete it. Now we have one more work order remaining, and that is our finished product. Okay, so see, this is the thing. It tells us you have partial quantity. That's because this is probably reserved for something else. Okay, there it is, work order 71 and 48. But in fact, I do know that I have it in stock. See, it says on hand you have 150, but 2 of these sub-assemblies are actually reserved for a work order I probably did 2 days ago. So you can actually retype this to the quantity that you need, post the document, and it will work. So this is why we really do need the priority button in order to be able to steal that, to reserve the quantity for the most urgent work order. Okay, and realize time, let's say that this is 1 day and 10 hours. Okay, and we will save it and complete. The last step within this process is to actually complete the manufacturing project. Okay, once completed, you are done. These items are, of course, now in your stock. This all lasts like 10 minutes, but in reality, it's probably days, especially when you have a level of product. So we can now go to our inventory products and services and take a look at our test product to see how it worked. Okay, so we have our test product of estimated cost of 555, and if we take a look at our stock card, we will see based on which work order this product is actually produced. Selling it. Do they sell it based on the quotation and then sales order, or B2B and straight to the sales order?
Straight to. Can you ask again?
Do you go through the do they go, actually not you, do they go through the quotation to offer the item to end customer, and then they converted that to a sales order, or they go straight to the sales order when it comes to selling?
Sometimes they do start from the quotation, but most of the transactions right now are existing customers. So maybe they would just they would go straight to sales order, or sometimes even invoice. So yeah.
You can go through the invoice as well. Okay, so sales orders. This is the starting point for the sales. So you cannot create invoice automatically. You need to go through the sales order. So if I pick my customer,
sometimes they skip the step, they go straight to the end.
well, you have the ability here. So if you have a finished test, probably we have 50 pieces in stock. So somebody ordered this. You can invoice it. I can invoice it now. But in that case, everything is locked. Yeah, you cannot change the price. You cannot give a discount. You need to pack what you have here. You cannot add an additional item to your order. You need to create a new one. So that is why it is easier to actually go through the sales order, because while it's open, while it's just entered, you can make alterations and add more products to your list. In this case, I can just pack this, and that's it. I can pack it, and I can record of payment, email it to my customer, and that is it. If I take another look to a stock card of this product, I can take a look to which customer did this went to and see the balance over here as well. So this was, I know that this was really quickly, but no worries, it is recorded. So this is how the manufacturing, procurement, and sales works. When I take a look at this, what you sent me, you said that they can specify the output amount that of what qualified finished goods and that of defects. So once do delivering of finished goods, we'll just retrieve to something that has available quantity here. Okay, so let's say that you loaded everything to your stock. Okay, but when it comes to delivering the finished goods, you couldn't deliver anything, the whole quantity, right? Let's say that this was 5 pieces, out of which I will put here 0.5, but you can deliver less than you should deliver to your stock, you know, because sometimes, like in case of your client here, he can have defected items. The system will allow you, maybe this one won't if I have it tracked by a lot number. Oh, it did. Okay, in that case, your finished good percentage won't be 100% because you did not deliver everything down to your stock. And of course, you can create a product that would be like defected items, scrap material, or whatever, and you can of course add that to a output when you are completing the work order as well.
Okay. So we add the scrap and all that to add when there's a defect and we want to record it. So
exactly. If they want to track the scraps, the defects, you can create them as products, and maybe even non-inventory items. In that case, the stock won't be recorded for that item because the stock is not trackable. There is also one, include any descriptions or notes in each work order, sales order, purchase order, every document that you might have here. You have either the attachments where you can add, for example, the instruction manual or something, or put a note. And the note is a free field. You can write whatever you want there, but we strongly recommend for this to be manually input note, because once you do the copy paste, sometimes you pick the forbidden character and it messes up with the code. It cannot be emailed, it cannot be downloaded, it cannot be printed out. So you use here the buttons to bold it, underline it, etc. And you can also put the note template, which will be automatically put. So if you have, for example, instructions that are same for delivering finished goods, you can just put it as a default and it will be automatically populated here. So you don't have to copy paste it from a work order to a work order, or you don't have to manually enter it each time. So that can be really helpful for them. Okay, so I think we covered employees can switch jobs or work with more than one job at the time. Of course, you can do that through the timesheets because you can have more than one work operation assigned. And in that case, you can just start tracking the job you are currently on. And in this case, you can be at jobs at. So I can start this one, and it will completely allow me.
I love this. Do you sell this like for the whole thing? Do you sell everything as a whole package, or do you allow clients to select the modules that they want to use?
No. Everything is included in each license. So whether you are on basic, standard, or premium plan, all modules are included. It's not per module. Our license, our licenses vary only based on users and, of course, the database size. Yes. When it comes to accounting, because somewhere here you did mention accounting, each document that you create when it comes to sales, when it comes to purchasing, even work orders, create some journal voucher. We have a basic accounting. To be honest, we are inventory control and manufacturer planning software. So accounting is our for like more internal, and we also operate worldwide. So we cannot go by any country's regulation in specific. So we just keep it simple. However, we do integrate with Xero and QuickBooks Online in case they do want to track their accounting properly. But here you can see by clicking on the journal voucher, you can see which accounts are actually impacted. So it's inventory, cost of goods sold, and it's closed, of course, again with the inventory and cost of goods sold. So those are automatically input. If you want to use Erpag for the accounting as well, but your accounting is different than the one that we have here, of course, you have the manual journal vouchers with which you can actually deduct the amounts from one account and assign it to another account, because this is an automatic process. So if you want inventory not to go on account 100, you want to go for 110, you can actually just retype that and it will be fine. So that would be it. 2 to 3 barcode scanners. Barcode scanners, this is about current tools now. Barcode scanners, you can use any barcode scanner that you have. We have like something, I worked here for 4 years and it is older than me, and my years of experience in Erpag. It's just a regular barcode scanner. It's an Epson one, so anything would work. Also, when you go through the mobile application and you have something to receive to stock, you just tap on the camera button and you can use your camera as a barcode scanner as well. The mobile application is quite simplified. It's not to be used. You don't have prices. You don't have anything like that big, but you can receive it. You can click here on the receive and see what do you need to receive to your stock. When the sales order is has available quantity, you can actually pack it through the mobile application. You can look up the items to see on which shelves they are, in which warehouse it is. So this is simplified. It's more for like just managing, while the sales team can of course take a look at everything. And we also have a user authorization for each employee. So when a person is an admin, of course he has access to everything, but since see here under current tools that they mentioned 30 users, not all of them would probably be admin. Someone will do just the production, somebody will do just the receiving, just the selling. So they might be able to set them up as a specific authorization. So the sales team would just see here, just to mention that they would see all the icons here. But for example, I as a salesperson don't have to take a look at the manufacturing. So if I click on the manufacturing, they can just turn off all these sections, and I would just see the manufacturing. I would click on it, but this would be empty for me. So that is how it works. And of course, there is ability for them to put it in locked mode. In that case, I can just see a work order, I can open it, but I cannot edit. I cannot put like a different input item in there, assign it to a different person. That is something I cannot mess up with. And they are, as far as we can see from this spreadsheet, they are all about the control. There is also the option to turn on under localization, to turn on the document validation to yes, to approve. In that case, a person cannot even start the work order, they cannot pack the sales order, they cannot receive the purchase order until this, well, this is a bad example, let's say this is available quantity, until the admin puts status as approved. So they see here, they don't have the start button, they don't have everything, but once admin puts it as approved, they can actually start loading the material. So this is also one of the ways in which you can actually control the priorities of work orders. So which work order should be done first? You just put the ones that you can postpone on hold, and they won't be available to reserve the quantity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have any questions? Because I'm taking a look at also at the spreadsheet here, trying to see which ones are drag and drop feature. We don't have that. Reschedule the plans when immediate orders are inserted in rush. Yes, you can do that by putting them on hold. Freeze, also put them on hold. Setup time, that's what we don't have because we are for material planning and not machine planning. We don't have that. You have machines here in Erpag. You can put them under manufacturing and machines, and I can put here machine A, save it. And in that case, in work order, I will assign it to a person and also to a machine. And just to mention that we are, Erpag is developing, like from day one when I started working here, it quite developed. It skips from version 3 to version 4 to version 5, and this is version 5.1. So we do have, of course, in our plan to expand it, to have the machine scheduling, to have like a calendar within the manufacturing and projects where you can actually see, oh, this one is scheduled for this, so that means that you cannot even start the next one. It is in our future plans. So
Okay.
yeah, just to mention that, so it's not like, oh, we will never have that. We will, but of course at a certain stage. So yeah, that's about what I can take a look at this. And do you have any questions or something that you would like to see more, like more about the purchasing, inventory, manufacturing, whatever module do you can think of?
I think label printing is very interesting. I saw that you can print labels. Do you have any limitations to, what kind of information can be printed out through the labels?
The label printing, you have, of course, the limitation of what you can use. So you would create your custom label. You will put here the description. You will put whether you have inches or millimeters, your width and height of the label. And this is everything that you can currently put into the label. So this is just drag and drop, rotate, and stuff like that. So I can put here to be my SKU and my barcode, which I can, of course, expand. There it is. I can put weight, country of origin. You can even upload an image, for example, like a logo of the company, and put that as well. You can print out the prices, sample item description. So basically everything that you can see here, you can put on a label. So after you're finished with that, you need to set up your label print layout. Label print layout means whether you have a zebra printer, which prints the sticker like this, or standard office printer, which prints them on A4 format. Now, when it comes to this as well, you can, of course, mess up with the columns. You can say, I have, I don't know, 25 columns in 5 rows. Okay, 25 is too big. Maybe it will go when I save it. No. Okay, also put up the margins and all of that. A label printing is done either upon receiving. So once you are in your purchasing, let's just take something older that actually has the and UPC, you can actually print it from here. You click on the label printing and then you choose which label are you printing, whether it is a zebra printer or a standard office printer, and it will of course give you the preview. From there you are selecting your printer from the drop down if it is not put as a defaulted one, and load it. Oh, this is slow. Really slow. Okay, so basically it will load the preview. There it is. It of course puts it on one piece because I chose the zebra one, but of course it would be small stickers when it comes to that printer. When it comes to barcodes, you can actually import them along with the products through administration import products. You have here the ENUPC column. If you don't have ENUPCs assigned to a product, you can actually assign it from Erpag. While I was still young 4 years ago and I came to work to Erpag, it was like, oh, barcodes are just random numbers. No, they're not, because I tried just putting like a random number there, and long story short, it did not work. It did not print because there is a certain algorithm behind it. So we also have that implemented. So for example, this one doesn't have a barcode. So you just expand this, click on the plus button, and it will actually generate the barcode for you. While, yes, we also have that. And here is where you actually put in which is your label printer that you created, and whether you print it per quantity you have in stock. In that, this would print 49 labels or single labels. So that means I would just print one label per product. Also, we do have here one more option, and that is, we have lots of options, but this one might be interesting, and that is second unit of measure. So let's say that this product is sold in a box of 5. So you can put here that the second unit of measure is a box, what's with me and the caps lock, and put here the unit of measure, second one is 5. Okay, and save it. So when you sell this through the sales order, this also works for the purchase order. You can tell I'm selling 2 boxes, and on the sales order it will present 2 boxes, and you would know that it's taken out 10 pieces out of your stock. Mainly people use this when it comes to purchasing, because that's the main thing. You purchase a box of 150 nails, right? And you just enter it in your, they sell it by the box, but you keep it pieces. So you would just put, you bought 1 box and it will put 150 nails to your stock.
Okay. Okay.
Customer, sorry. Everything else can be imported through the XLS files. That means suppliers, customers, and also the bills of materials. If they want to play around with that, there is written extraction. I will be sending you all the data that we have. Here you have bill of materials, and from each window for the importing, you can go to more and export to XLS to actually download this template in order for you to get it easier, like, oh, what's mandatory for me to have from fields in order to import this easier to Erpag.
That's awesome.
Oh, thank you. Okay, what else? What else? Do you have any questions?
I have a questions about one is can I type in Thai in here? And two, does it support the Thai baht? Can I have multiple currencies in here? And yeah, the taxes, can I customize my tax? Right now in Thailand we have a value added tax that's 7%.
When you switch your country here in the localization from US to your country, it will automatically put the tax system as a VAT. However, check it, of course. So you can choose, of course, between the tax system, whether it is sales tax or VAT, and the tax is completely customizable. So it's under sales taxes, and you have here the tax category and tax location. Tax category assigned to your product. So if you go to inventory, products and services, see here, e-bike dirt, it has a default category. Of course, you can put a new one that will be like a, and it has a tax 0. So once you put it as an export, it will put 0 when it comes to the sales order. And while the tax locations are assigned to your customers and to your vendors. So if you have a customer, where is our Bob? Okay, so based on his tax location, the tax here is automatically input. Crisscross information, and of course you can have multiple taxes on products. For example, you can put one for default category, one to be a service, so it's not taxable, and it will of course apply the one tax to your sales order. So that is one thing that you asked. And what was the first thing? Sorry.
Can I type in Thai? Because just now
Oh,
you showed me like all the notes and everything, and I'm just wondering
yes, yes,
because I
yes.
have some problem with the foreign software. Sometimes I can't type, and when I wanted to print it onto a PDF, I think it doesn't support the Thai character. So yeah,
Oh,
just kind
that
of make
is
sure.
yeah, that is something that you will have actually to test out, because we have one client from Turkey, and he did actually came by like a week or two ago. He was like, oh, this is not printing out, why? And then we had to test it out, and they figure out that it's because the letters are in Turkey, and the PDF just couldn't convert that. So that is something that you will have to actually test out on your own to see whether it is suited. Okay. However, when it comes to some other countries, we completely like Spanish. The Spain, they also have on end, they have that little tilde sign. We do support that, so maybe it will work, maybe it won't, but you will test that out. And you also did say one thing, and that is multiple currencies.
Yes.
You also have here under accounting exchange list, and this is where you will put your multiple currencies. The currencies are assigned to your vendor and to your customer. So if I have here my customer, that will be, oh, there it is. Sorry, go back. There it is. It's UK customer from United States, so that needs to be corrected. Okay, and you put him, assign him his currency. So of course the UK will have a pound. So once you create a sales order for him for our test product, okay, it will be, of course, the tax location will be export. And in that case, the tax is 0. And here is your exchange rate. So this is your default. Let's say that this is one box. Okay, so this is the foreign price. This is your price. This is your local price, and this is his. It says here FX price. You can also, based on the document, you can change the exchange rate. So if I put here that is 1.5, it will automatically recalculate the price. When it comes to emailing, printing document, you can actually choose whether you will print out the sales order in your domestic currency or in his currency, you know? Yes. And of course, when it comes to registering the payment, due to fluctuations of the exchange rates, when you are about to register a payment, it will give you the default one that is in the system. But for example, this was generated today, it's 1.5, and tomorrow it's sadly 1.665. And let's say that amount in this is still 525, and this is the amount in pounds that will be received. Okay, and based on this, you will have in the journal voucher, once you invoice it, you will have in this case a difference of losses. So this is something that Erpag automatically calculates as well.
Ah, this is great.
Thank you.
Okay. Do
As I
you
said,
have
yeah.
any concept of a withholding tax over there? Have you heard of this concept of tax? Like when you deduct the tax for, like in Thailand, if you sell if you sell services, then you have to be deducted 3% of the total service amount. And the buyer will need to submit that 3% to the government. Do you have that kind of concept? Or
No, we don't have. We have that only in the purchase order, where you can say on the purchase order whether it is deductible, so whether it goes to tax expenses or it goes to the inventory. But that's just for the purchase orders.
okay.
On the sales, under localization, No, there is just show it in point of sales. When do you put your taxes? It's like after a few days or not. So no, we don't have that. No, sorry. Well, we
Ah,
sales. Software.
oh, okay, cool. So have you how many countries do you cover? You know.
We cover every country except China because China has those limitations which websites they can actually access.
I
So they
see. Have any client in Thailand?
in Thailand, I will have to check. Maybe not Thailand, but we have them in Philippines. We have it in Vietnam. So they are the ones that are regularly using our software for like months. I will check about the Thailand as well.
I see. And I just wanted to ask you about the service that you have. Normally, when it comes to an ERP, it's usually sold with an implementation service. Do you have the implementation service as well?
Well, the thing is that we have our instructions and we have the YouTube tutorials how the implementation is done. However, if that is not enough, especially for people who are using the software for the first time, they are not familiar with ERP software, there is the possibility of scheduling a call just like you did now, and you schedule a call, we get online, we share the screen. You cannot give me the XLS file for me to import it for you, but I can be online with you and tell you, no, don't paste it there, that's the wrong column, paste it in a different one, do it over again, and stuff like that. Like I can lead you through the process, but we don't practice that when we do things for people because people get used to it and then they want you to do everything for them, even after 3 months of using the software. So, we need to get a way around it. But when it comes to sharing the screen, we are completely open for that.
Okay. Okay, sure. Right. Thank you. Sure, that's good. So it's a subscription-based ERP, right? So it's a monthly price and then billed annually by the number of users.
Yes, we have here, let me just skip to our pricing page. So we have licenses for 2, 5, and 20 users. Of course, we have people who have 30 and even 40 users, and we negotiate about the price in that case. So there are the pricing, these are per month. The pricing for annual payment is for 10 months, so you get 2 months for free. So it's 490 for basic, 790 for a standard, and 1,490 for a premium license. When it comes to purchasing the yearly plan, of course, it's good to save for 2 months, but people usually try out our software 3 to 4 months. That's something like for people to get used to the software, to see whether it is suitable for them or not, and then they opt for either the premium license or they stop using the software overall. We have users who have paid for their 36th license monthly based. So I was like, you could have saved for like 6 months for now, but that's how Americans actually plan their budgets. They just plan a monthly expense. So for them, it's completely normal to pay it month for month, even though it's like 36. Literally, it's 3 years.
Oh,
Of Yeah.
interesting.
So we bill it month to month. We don't store credit card information, so it's not like we would bill you automatically. Each time before 10 to 7 days before ERP, the license expires, they get here this line from which they would renew the license. So that is done manually. Because we don't store the credit card information. And what else? Yes, when the license expires, we don't delete. We keep it as a read-only for years and years. We have clients who don't use our software for like 4 years, and we still keep their databases alive. When they log in, uh, sorry, boss calling. When they log in, they actually have their database in read-only form. They can export XLS files from any window, but they just cannot make any alterations in the system. So they cannot add a new document, issue a new payment, and stuff like that. And of course, even if you don't use the software for a year, there is an option for you to actually renew it and just start from where you left off, or even to start where you left off, or clean the database and start from the scratch. So you have also those two options.
Okay. Okay, cool. Right. And last question, just wanted to know about the integration. So do you have an open API, like a documentation on that?
No, we don't have open API keys. That's a common request from our users and, of course, potential users, but we keep them closed due to security reasons. However, when it comes to integrations, we are really open for that. That's how we developed all the other integrations. So in case...
17 hours.
Sorry, yeah, go on. Sorry, it's my computer.
Okay. It's notifying the time, right?
Yeah, it just speaks the time, so I know when the time is. But yeah, sorry, it interferes.
Notify me the time. So for all the integrations, you are free to send us the website, so our development team can check the back end of it and see whether the integration is possible or not.
So you do offer the service if we deal with the other software vendor and they're okay to integrate as well, then your team is open for the conversation on this, right?
They are always open for the conversation. Of course, it's up to them whether they will say yes or no, and that is something that we would just deliver as an information.
Okay, right. Because if this is gonna work for a client here, then we might have to integrate with a local accounting system because the Thai taxation is quite unique, I would say. Yeah, just the accounting part that I think it needs to be kind of like localized a little bit because we have taxes, on the both purchasing and the sales side, and it's quite complicated.
Okay,
Yeah.
no worries. We will negotiate about it when it's time for it. And yeah, hopefully you like what you saw. I will upload it during the day and send you the video link. If they have or you have any further questions, feel free to schedule an additional meeting. And do you have any further questions, maybe?
No, not right now. So I think I'm just gonna have to kind of summarize what I learned from your demo today. So far, it's really powerful. I think it's really suitable for manufacturing business, and it looks simple enough, and the interfaces look clean. And I think the client would be interested to learn about that this solution exists. And then for us, we are a consultant. So we normally recommend ERPs to a lot of clients.
Well,
Although
this would be suitable for somebody else as you are working as a consultant company. So maybe if we are not suitable for this particular client, maybe we have features that will be able to cover somebody else. So
that's what I think. I mean, it looks really simple and it has most of the important features really well done already. Just the text part that I think needs to be integrated. But other than that, I think it's really simple. And yeah, it's you cover all the basic requirements that all the users usually asked. Yeah, so we're really excited. We're really happy that we met you. And yeah, your solution is it's not too how to say, like, complicated, and it's easy to understand. So yeah, I'm really happy to see this demo.
thank you. Well, you guys have a great rest of the day. Have a great weekend. Get some rest. Go isolate yourself and be safe.
And you keep safe inside your house as well.
Yes, I'm here. I have 2 cats, so I'm fine at home, really. So it's okay. good, you know. And I live on the countryside, so I have a big yard. I have the garden. I can always go and
Oh, that's so nice.
but see, my isolation is not so bad, so to
No, it's
speak.
not so bad. It's like you're resting in a resort, for me at least.
It is like I spent the entire whole weekend, previous weekend, just planting the seeds because it's the time for that. So you know, it will be good. Okay, so I will be sending you that link to this recorded video and all the other relevant things today during the day. And thank you for taking the time to attend this presentation. Hopefully it was helpful and good, and hopefully I was a good host. And well, that's it.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much.
Have a
And
good
now,
rest.
you too. Good weekend.
Thank you. Have a lovely weekend as well. Bye.
Bye.